A time skip has taken place and the 23 players have returned to Blue Lock. Ego's new philosophy is put in place and an unexpected character returns. Blue Lock chapter 309 has just dropped. Let's talk about it. So the chapter starts with the sun rising over Japan, with different commenting on what's going to be happening in the first round in Group A within the U20 World Cup. As the narrator states, a fierce battle for survival is inevitable. Blue Lock, representing the host country in the U20 World Cup. Their goal, victory, a morning of new beginnings. With the comments saying, this is truly the group of death. What is this group? I don't even know anymore. So some individuals online are not happy with the results. Very next page, we see Isagi Oichi back in his house about to leave to go to Blue Lock. With Isagi saying, to become the #1 in the world, I'll defeat any kind of opponent. Alright, with Isagi's parents saying, take care, Yoichi, as we see Isagi open the door and leave. With Isagi saying, yeah, I'm going to Blue Lock, the place of dreams, but the narrator saying, until the World Cup, 30 days, as we see Blue Lock on top of a hill. Followed by Isagi getting off of a bus and Bachida noticing him. With Bachida saying, hey Isagi, wait a second, have you grown taller? With Isagi saying, did I grow in 2 weeks? Followed by Rin in the next page responding to Bachida saying, it's been a while since I measured myself. I grew 1 centimeter. With Isagi saying, what kind of appeal was that? With Bachida saying, do you want praise or something? With Rin saying, you're wrong. With Isagi replying, yeah, let's go already, as they go inside Blue Lock. To where in the next page we see all the remaining 23 players in the facility. With Bachida saying, whoa, everyone's already here. With Karasu saying, did you come? Extraordinary. With Hiyori saying, yo, followed by Aiku saying, double ace, and Bato just shrugging him off. The very next page, we have Ego joining the fray saying, good job on the 14 days of special training. You guys are no longer the same as you were 14 days ago. Also, Shido mentioned, it may be the back of his head, but I know Shido when I see him. And in the classic Ego aura farming like he usually does, he says, each of you has obtained a new weapon. The new combination is the lifeline to victory. Things like bonds or the history of how you've made it this far. Low-level thinking like, for the sake of Blue Lock, throw it away. As we see different aspects of things that have happened within Blue Lock showing up behind Ego. And as Ego continues to aura farm, he says, I will use you all to make my dreams come true. So you guys use me for your own dreams too. And while still aura farming, he says, right now, you are here carrying the hopes of Japanese soccer. But so what? Don't make this moment the peak of your life. Don't become someone whose lives cling only to the memories made here. Go beyond all your egos. Let's go. Also, Sendo made it back from war. Oh my god. He didn't die. Yeah, he's gonna be a problem. He's really gonna be a problem now. And wow, look at that. Yukimiya made it. Surprisingly. I wonder if he got lost on the way. You know, because he can't see. And then in the next page, it is confirmed what games will be played first, second, and third in the first round. With Ego saying your first match will be against last year's Kings of Africa, Nigeria. And the second match will be against the world's #1 ranked team, France. The third match will be against the birthplace of football, England. From now on, we'll start special training to prepare for victory. Follow me, you rough gemstones. This, in general, is just crazy. I knew Nigeria would be the first game, but I didn't expect France to be the second one. I half expected, if not completely expected it to be England. But hey, it is what it is. But calling France the #1 ranked in the world, and that being in your first round, brother. Okay. Yeah, good luck, guys. Good luck. As Ego continues talking and we see different players from Blue Lock, he says, in these 30 days until the tournament, I will transform you into a new reborn Egoist team. Final training camp begins, the U20 World Cup, with Isagi saying, yeah. Also, Shido mentioned again? We're getting spoiled this chapter, guys. We're getting really spoiled. We then cut back to Nagi after the events with Barutsuda in an arcade, with him playing Street Fighter in a hoodie. With Nagi asking himself in the next page, that was the right choice, wasn't it? I mean, there wasn't really any other option. With Barutsuda being in his memory saying, why don't we take over Blue Lock together? With Nagi coming back to reality saying, if I accepted that kind of money-grabbing slave contract, even if it means betraying Blue Lock, it wouldn't be my ego anymore. It's not something worth becoming a villain for. Something like soccer. As we see Nagi in the next page think back to Isagi telling him not to quit soccer, as well as his teammates back when he played for high school. Them saying, are you going professional? You still have an offer, right? With Nagi continuing saying, that's right, the professional path still remains. As we see the offer Manshine had for Nagi during the NEL. We then are introduced to different flashbacks of Nagi during the NEL and afterwards, with him saying, even if it's not the Japan national team. But am I okay with that? What I want is the reason time stopped for me. What sets my heart on fire? Is it soccer or is it Blue Lock? My ego. What is it shouting for? As we see a double page of Nagi's ego firing him up. And mind you, to an extent we haven't seen before. And in the final page of Blue Lock chapter 309, none other than Igagori comes up behind Nagi with a finger gun and says, what are you doing? You're dead. With Nagi saying, huh? Followed by Igagori saying, you lazy pain in the ass. With the narrator saying, the one who showed up was a former comrade on the battlefield overseas. The genius's spirit was. And just like that, the chapter ends. So there you have it. Igagori and this economy managed to come back. Now, there is no indication that Igagori will be joining the Baratsuda 3, but you wouldn't bring somebody back like this if that wasn't the case. Also, the fact that he's literally the mangaka's favorite character kind of makes sense. It was bound to happen. And mind you, I called it. I did. So who knows? He might just join. There's a possibility. And with no break next week, the chapter will be called Just Quit Already. And I'm assuming it's going to be a Nagi-esque chapter, with that of Igagori joining the fray. Overall, I did like this chapter a lot. And for the first time in forever, I'm very curious to know what the Nagi chapter is going to be next week. But I want to know from you all, what did you all think of Blue Lock chapter 309?